Bad blocks.
Let me tell you what it is that I need. Let me tell you what it is that I need.
I tell you, say, man, ever when me run a Dover, you know, make man sell their Honda and go buy ever, you know. All them man.
First to put a B series rear drive.
Yeah, the persons tell us that, hey, you
Put
can't
it away.
work, you'll have 5 reverse.
You can have your one vehicle and a race.
Race within your means.
Right.
K is the way and K better. No.
Raymar Scott, drive off a 1998 Honda Civic. 2024 champion of the IP1 class. Car number is 610. The black and blue Honda Civic hatchback.
My name is Ricardo, Scott Speed Scott, driver of the Tier 1 Auto Parts sponsored white and blue EK Civic. Two-time MP1 champion of the JRDC. So, me starting off in racing was from a tender age. My father used to bring us to Dover, and I fell in love with the sport. But then, after leaving college, I acquired a rear-wheel drive Toyota Starlet, and that's what started all of the racing for Ricardo Scott. So, in 2008 was when I did my first official race event. I participated in the drag race event at Jamwest, and I participated in the 16-second class. And the first time out racing like that and racing with the car, I actually won the 16-second class. And then after that, I moved on into dexterity, wet and slide, Pines Plaza. I then got a 1972 Corolla, called it the Peanut, and that was the car that started everything now, where I continued doing dexterity. I did rally sprints, Scott Valley, Brighton, all these places I did dexterity, and I did rally sprints all over the country, even in St. Anne's and Bada. And I was very successful with the rally sprints. And then I decided to wet my feet into circuit racing because that was the plan. So the same car was transformed into a circuit car. The same rally car was transformed into a circuit car, and that was what started everything for me in circuit racing. I then acquired a Honda Civic back in what year was that, Raymar?
About 2010, 2011.
2010, 2011, thereabouts. I acquired a Civic.
No. Probably about 2016.
2016.
Yeah, about 2016.
Yeah, because I remember
Oh,
one of the reasons why I stopped racing the Peanut was we had some handling issues with the car, because that car, we went through a lot of phases with it. We had a Honda engine in it one time, we had a Toyota engine, a lot of motors.
The first to put a B series rear drive.
Yeah, we
man.
were the first to put a B series rear-wheel drive into one of those cars.
Which gearbox?
Same
T50.
T40, T50 gearbox we had on it.
Yeah, man.
A lot of persons tell us that, hey, you
Put
can't
it away.
work, you'll have 5 reverse. And up to this day, people people even call me, ask me, how you do it again and stuff. But it's just a simple mathematics, with that. And afterwards, we realized that the engine was pretty much rotating too fast for the gearbox. We had a lot of gearbox issues and stuff like that with that car. And then we sat down as a team.
Not to cut in, but that gearbox issue could have been resolved easy. But whenever you want to go through the headache, and so we just change the platform.
Yeah. So we decided to change and acquire an EF Honda Civic. And in having that EF Civic, it taught me a lot about car preparation and stuff like that when it comes on to racing. And that car was the car that got me my first win at Dover, actually. And then after that car, I acquired another Civic, an EF Civic, because the EF was in an accident at Dover where it turned over around the back of the chicane. It's about four to six times around the back, and we rebuild another car for the next race meet, EK Civic. And then that car now was the car that made a lot of persons know Scott Speed, because that car I did a lot of R&D myself and my brother. Wholly for research we did into that car and got the car prepared for racing, especially over the COVID period. We did a lot of work over the COVID period where that car was concerned. And that was when we decided to go for the championship for the MP class. And that was when all hell broke loose at Dover, where Team Scott Racing is concerned. Where we got competitive till it reached a point where we got in an accident with another competitor. Car was total, and to rebuild another car, come back the next race meet. And for that season, I won the championship, and that was in 2022. And then in 2023, I won the championship again for the same club. And then after winning the championship twice, I decided to step it up a notch and move up into class by running the MP3 class. Because now we decided that we need more power and stuff. So we decided to put a turbocharger on the car. And we ran MP3, but the car was a bit unreliable at one point, because it's a new build, it's a new setup for the team. So we were going through a lot of teething pain with the car.
All right, so similar to my brother, our father took us to Dover from a tender age. We used to be on the hillside. Everybody's supposed to know the hillside. That's where we always are. We used to go to Dover early. Yeah, man, we were one of the first sets of persons reaching to Dover, even before the persons come there to open the gate, out there waiting. That's how we love the sport, and that's how we grew up loving the sport. But for me, I got into racing a bit later than my brother because I was always in the shadows. I was his crew chief for a very long time, helping him win 2 championships. Yeah, man, and until I decided that it's time for me now to get my feet wet into circuit racing, as I did some dexterity and then I did some drag racing as well. Used to run 13 seconds.
With the Civic?
Yeah, man, the same Civic.
Yes.
Used to run 13 Civic. That Civic is, I believe, it has the fastest time for the non-VTEC B series engine right now. It is, yeah, man, 14.3. Yeah, man. I had in a LSB 18 at that time. Yeah, man, I run 14.3. That was the first outing with that car. That engine got hurt. Then I put in a B20 VTEC. and that was when I went down into the 13s. That car used to run 13-0, 13-1 back to back.
Back to back.
If I happen to run the car and it run even 13-8, I know something was wrong and I know exactly where to go to fix the problem. I remember one drag rivals. I went late, so I had only 2 runs. The first run, I ran 13-8. I said, no, man. Went straight to where I know the problem would be. Rectified it, went out for the second run, 13-1. I was the number 3 qualifier, I believe, for that event. Car used to run flawless. And then that's when I decided to go into circuit racing, get a cage put in the car. I see him having all the fun. You know, circuit racing is a stamina thing. You know, drag racing, a quickie business. So, wanted to get some of that fun. So that's when I went into circuit racing. My first year, I ran Super Street, then stepped up and ran IP1, where I won the championship in 2024.
So at no point did you feel that the B series was not enough?
No, man, the B series is always enough. Yeah, man. All right, I can tell you, even in 2024, one of my rivals, that's Robert Murray, that has the K in the Pulsar. He and I were always back and forth. So there you go, the B series is not too old to battle to the newer engines. But we'll talk about that later on.
Because when I used to run my Civic and I had my B series, we used to rough up some of the K series them just the same. So according to my mechanic, who is Bojo, power is power. You know, it's just a matter of how you put down the power. So I normally hear persons talk about K is the way and K better. No. Power is power.
K is not the only way.
K is not the only way. B. You know, and you know, to be honest, B series to me is a stronger engine than the K series. Yeah, man. For a number of reasons, I can't explain to you too.
So the B20 era boosted
No, B16.
B16.
You know that I have run all the B series setup. I've run B16, I've run B18, I've run B20, B-Tech, I've run
Bore B20.
more than all of them. You know, so I've gone through a lot of B series stuff. Even right now in business, when it comes down to B series parts, tier 1 auto parts is the place. You know, to grab all the B series parts. You know, people call us all over the island for B series. So.
I tell you, say, man, ever when I run a Dover, you know, man sell the Honda and go buy ever, you know. All the man have a
So, we don't think of me journey at that still, you know. Because I'm more Buffy because Buffy and him used to run when Buffy did have a mostly weekend. And them used to run the same class. So, I don't need journey at that. She's not ready for journey. Well, for the upcoming meet, the cars are being prepared. By now everybody know that my Civic was sold. So we are preparing something for the upcoming meet. Raymar car is also being prepared with new upgrades. So I leave him to talk about that.
Yeah, man, my car has been prepared as we speak. Since I won the championship last year, the first event I was in Easter. A little man come to me and say, "Are you me come find now?" I say, Mr. Mullins, you know yourself. Yeah, man. So, because I won the championship, I have the target on my back. And as what Kyle Gregg said, people don't throw stones after empty mango tree. But I had some few issues in the East. I had a gearbox failure. So I didn't basically participate in that event. The last event that was held, I ended up having a fuel issue. And as you know, these are mechanical vehicles. So we tend to test, everything is all right on the day of a race. Maybe the car shy and we have issues, but all those issues are being rectified. Um, Upgrades have been made, so we come in full effect.
Back in the days, Dover was something that my family always look forward to go to. Um, I remember Dover used to come on TV. That was when that was
JBC.
JBC was the TV station at the time, and Dover used to do broadcast on it. I can remember in the early 90s, the sound of the rotary engines, escorts,
Maple rice.
Yeah, man.
Maple Nice, the mini Peter Ray with
Pocket rocket.
the pocket rocket, Willie Wharton, they're
Moody's them.
the Moody's with the bomb. Trust me, racing back then was, trust me, you can feel the tension when you go to the track. Say, yo, I wanna know, do you think this?
Yeah, man. Big boy business.
Big boy business. And growing up, that was what I loved and what I wanted to be a part of. And when I got older, I started to follow up the race seriously and started to have my favorite driver now. My driver back then was David Somerville.
Summer breeze.
Summer Breeze, with the rival between himself and Doug. Now, Doug was also my driver as well, because Doug was always the man giving the exhibitions at the end of the race, the donuts and stuff like that at the
Hollywood.
Yeah. But we're driving and stuff like that was Somerville was my driver. And when I got older and got into racing more, I got the opportunity to rub shoulders with Peter Ray. And I find out that Peter Ray had a man to go over as well. Peter Ray knew the track. We can remember one night,
Yeah, man. Up at Dover way.
Dover, practicing.
Yeah, man. I working on the car. Probably about 11, 12.
Yeah, man, them night.
Yeah, man. And Peter was there. Had an issue with his car. That's the RX, the rotary. And somehow the car finally start. And we are in our bay working, and we hear Peter drive out and go on the track. And we say, where am I go? The place dark. Can't see. That's what the place is. And Peter drive the truck. Probably about 3 laps.
You do about 3 laps.
Yeah, man. 3 hot lap in the dark. And I say, how am I see?
The only thing I can see was when the flame come out of the exhaust.
Yeah, man.
Go where on the track is.
Yeah, man. Everybody that was there the night stopped. I was up the fence.
Yeah.
At the paddock, watching him going around the truck. And we can't even hardly see the car, because the car was black at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And he go around the truck 1 million. Yeah, man. That was a night. That was a night.
But Dover back then, trust me, wicked. And we need to bring back those days, Bring back the days of the rotaries and the Evos. And I've been hearing talks that Evos are coming back, different persons are coming back out with their Evos and stuff like that. So we're looking forward for that competition. Well, for me, I've gone through a lot of highs and a lot of lows at Dover. One of my most memorable moments at Dover was, I remember I think I was running the IP class at the time with the EF, and coming up on the front straight, getting the green flag, I overtake probably about 7 to 6 cars coming up the front straight. And it was just a joy. I was just in the car smiling. That I'm up front, and I think I was running with his name again with the CRX.
Tony Allen.
Tony Allen. But then when he was running, I think B20 in his car and I was running B18.
And Mr. Sutherland.
And Mr. Sutherland with
Another
his,
EF,
his
CRX.
You know, and it was just a joy for me to be running up front with these cars. And I know that Mr. Allen at the time was running some serious amount of horsepower. He was running at about over 200 horsepower.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, man, and I was on pump gas. And I think for that race, I won the race. Another memorable moment was after my first crash at Dover, when we came back to Dover the morning with the new car, and everybody in the pit was just elated to see that we're coming back to Dover so quickly, you know, and I felt the love as a competitor at the time, and that just motivated me to continue racing and stuff. Another memorable moment now, and this is the one that stands out in my mind, even when I'm sleeping. After COVID, when we decided to go for the championship of the MP1, and I met in the accident where the car turned over at Spectator Corner. And we took, what it was, a couple of weeks,
About 4 weeks or 5 weeks
4 to 5 weeks, and we rebuilt a car from scratch,
from a beer shell.
beer shell. And
Not even door to the point.
no, sir, not doing about the one in a
No
glass.
back end, no front end.
Yeah,
Saucer shell.
saucer shell. And we took about 4 weeks to build that car. And I documented it on IG. And trust me, when we got back to Dover, the next event, we were ready. You know, and the car ran flawless the day. I won all 3 races that day. And that to me was the highlight of my circuit racing career, where I came back to Dover and I won all 3 races that day. I was a champion driver for the event, and I was also I moved on to win the championship that year. And I remember coming out of the car after winning the last race, coming out of the car, and I came out with the flag and I waved the flag to my fans. And trust me, even to this day, whether I am sleeping or thinking about racing, this moment is just the moment that stands out in my mind. You know, I can't forget it.
So my memorable moment was winning the championship in my first year running IP1. That was my memorable moment. You know, it was a joy to know that coming straight out of drugs, car, I did minor setup changes. I was running the same suspension, same engine, same braking. It wasn't even the big brakes on the car at the time.
Yeah.
It was the small brakes on the car. And I think I did drum back too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, it was drum brake at the back as well. So it was a simple setup to know that that car won the championship was one of my greatest feeling, you know. So, yeah.
It was.
The worst. The worst was in April. Yeah, man, I think the car ready and go out for warm up. Was it warm up? No, it wasn't warm up. It was the day before. Went out for testing and I had the gearbox failure. And I was there trying to figure out what exactly was the problem, and it was there puzzling me almost all evening until I made a call and somebody said that they loaned me a gearbox. And the gearbox that I had in had a little bit of spice in there, just a little bit. They loaned me a stop box, which I installed in the morning. God, the person was in Westmoreland. I was all the way in Centon. So I asked the person to carry it up the morning for me. And as the person reached, put in the gearbox, and I was ready for a warm-up. Had a few little issues with it just the same, because it was a perfect box. And that was one of the low moments to know that a man out there come for me and me can't defend myself. That was one of the low moments.
Also, one of my low moments was whenever the car giving trouble, as racers, when you come to an event and you want to race and the adrenaline is in your blood and the car start to give trouble and thing. At that moment, you feel like you want to give up. You feel like you just feel awful. Worse if you don't have the parts that you need. You know, it can be very frustrating at times. You know, so but I am grateful to have a brother like Raymar, because Raymar always motivate me, even when I'm down. I can remember when we were rebuilding back the Civic, and I think when we were putting in the engine, how much time for night we take out the engine and one.
About 3 times.
And trust me, I got so frustrated, you know. And Raymar said, "No man, we have to put in it, man. We have to get it right." And I think we left the shop probably about after 2 the morning. And trust me, it's good to have somebody around you to motivate you, and to give you some words of encouragement, because you are going to need it, and we get holy for that from the brother, father, the family, friends, fans. Trust me, having somebody in your corner is key, especially when you reach to a point in racing where it's a moment where you have to deliver, Yeah. My sponsor, Tier 1 Auto Parts, supply all the Honda parts. We do Mitsubishi parts and Toyota parts as well. Scott and Son Funeral Service and Supplies is also one of our sponsors as well. If it wasn't for these sponsors, we couldn't race, to be honest.
Both of us.
Yeah,
Both of us.
it wouldn't be possible. Amzoil came on board with me for 2 years. So where lubricants and these things were concerned, Amzoil, and trust me, Amzoil is a good product. I use it in my race car. I use it in my street car. My customers buy it. Trust me, it's a good product.
All right, so we always hear the talks about Dover, Richmond sport, and really and truly, Dover or race it overall is an expensive sport. Honestly, it is an expensive sport. And I can tell you this, if you think that you are one of those persons where you don't want to get your hands dirty and you just want to drive,
Enough for you.
enough for you. Leave it alone. It's going to cost you. Believe me.
Have to get on there.
One of the greatest joys that our team shares is the fact that we prepare the car mostly on our own. Yeah, man. And believe me when I say that neither of us were mechanics. He's a teacher by profession and he's an auto mechanic. He teaches art. I'm a public health inspector. So we don't have no business in a mechanic.
Yeah.
However, the love of the sport is what drives us to do what we do. And we do it to the best of our ability. And at times, I might have an idea in my head. It could be even 12 o'clock in the night. Take up the phone and I call my brother and say, "Oh, this, that. And him say, all right, we can see it work. And we go to the drawing board. If it work, it work. If it don't work, we try something else. But it's an expensive sport, but it doesn't have to be a burden. Let's put it that way.
You don't have to break the bank.
Right, you don't have to break the bank.
Race within your means.
Right. And there are different classes there.
Yeah.
Right? As you know, there's a super street entry level. You don't need no road cage for that. All right, so that is basic. Your basic road car where you drive every day can be utilized.
You can use a pump gas same way.
Right. All right. Then you know you have the IP class, which is a little bit more spending because you have to prepare the car a little bit better. You need a roll cage and stuff like that and other safety equipment. Then you have the MP and Thundersport, you know that. Them classes are the big money spenders, you know. So you have to just pick a class and you build a car for that class. All right, and then they try to dominate that class. That is one of the greatest things, dominate your class.
Pick a class and build the car according. You read the rules.
Yeah, man, very important.
Yeah. You know, one thing with my team, myself and Raymar, we read the rules and we build the car according to the rules. So even when I was running IP back then and we were moving and making the transition into the MP class, we sat down and go back through the rules of the MP rules, you know. And then when we're moving into MP3, we go back again and read the rules and find out, you know, a lot of things. So the thing about it is when you're racing, if you're and worse if you're racing on a budget and you don't want to buy the same thing twice, or you don't want to buy something that you don't need, you have to just read the rules, build the car according to the rules, and you'll be fine. You know?
And you don't have to go buy the expensive things. You don't have to buy the big brand this, the big brand that. There are other things out there that can work.
All right. Let me show you a thing. I remember when I had the EF. Remember me have the EF? All of my competitors at the time were running on race fuel. A pump gas me used to run 90. You remember?
Yeah, man.
And I was competitive with person running race fuel. I started running race fuel when after the accident.
Yeah.
After the accident with myself and Xavier, that was when I started running race fuel. You know, so I've gone years with racing on a budget using pump gas.
So and I make it sound like me I run race gas, you know. Pump gas me I use too.
No, Raymar I use pump gas.
Yeah, man. I just walk with my jugs to the gas station and I fill up my jugs and I take it with me to Dover. All right, so I'm not using the race gas. All right, so Mr. Mullins, all right, make it stay.
Trouble.
All right, so basically, this is my little fun car, call it that. Before me even go into the car, we can remember back in the days, when me just one vehicle and I drive on road. Father said to me, say, you can't have your one vehicle and a race and a go on with yourself. Suppose something happen, what you do? I go park. So that is when now, say boy, have you have a road car, I can drive every day, and have you have a fun car. So come race car business come about. Alright? So let me get that out of the way first. So this is a B16. Simple build. Big up Bojo. Yeah man, the engine build of that. So B16 just install the coilover plug setup. Used to run the regular distributor with the coil and igniter inside. Get rid of that, upgrade it to coilover plug setup. And the upgrade that we did, we installed some better brakes. As I said, we had on some small brakes. So we installed some better braking system. So you know, so can go down in the corner hot. Yeah, man. And
dyno it before.
yeah, the last time we went to the dyno, the car built 205 or 203. Yeah, somewhere there about. We had some little electrical issues, so we stopped there. So there is more in there. So we stopped there, but there's more in there. Mr. Mullins, no worry yourself. We now go back at dyno. So see him 2 or 3 I come for you. We also did some suspension upgrades. So as I said, we come in and we're going faster. Come in and we're going faster. So this is basically a simple setup.
So you're removing the weight.
No. The same weight that we had from the car just built. Yeah. So basically that's it. No weight was removed. So only the brake, suspension, and the coilover plug. Only upgrades.
Best time you get for this setting?
The best time, to be honest, since I did this setup, I have not gotten a representative time at Dover. As I said, I've been having some issues since April. So going up there now to see what the car can do and beat up Mr. Mullins and Mr. Robert and my cousin Mario. All of these guys are in IP1. Oh, Kevin Gardner. Yeah, man. All of these guys are in IP1. So all of us are friends. Mario is my cousin. So we're going to have some fun. When we put on a helmet, different business. All right? So
Oh, you're in. Oh, is that chip bearing you have?
yeah, man, chip computer.
Who tune it?
Indian.
Indian from Mobi.
Yeah, from Mobile. Big up Indian. Can't left out Indian. A general that. Yeah, man, general that.
This are the new thing. It's a Mitsubishi Evolution 3, and Evo is where my heart is all along. So we get the opportunity to acquire one of these cars, and we just decide to take the opportunity. And we just feel like the time is right now. So take the time to make the switch and try to see if we can fulfill the dream of racing the Evolution at Dover. That was the goal.
You're not planning to stay in the same flat.
Well, naturally, we're going to the big league. This car can't run MP3 anymore. It's not an MP3 car, it's now an MP4 car. So we'll be running MP4 and IP3. So the plan is to get the car reliable so we can run both classes. And when more competition comes along in the MP4 class, we'll dedicate the car definitely to MP4. That's the end plan for this car.
Okay.
It is MP4.
If you're gonna be ready for the 20th.
Well, as you can see, we are still under construction. So the plan is to try get it ready and get some testing done. Jamwest, see if we can, get some seat time in it. But if not, we'll be definitely out for the next meet. But we are working endlessly on the car. Why? To be honest, where the time is concerned, my plan is to get it reliable first before I even think about getting a serious time down or try to chase time. Reliability is a key factor at Dover. So you see, once me get it reliable, then we can turn it up and see if we can go in at the teens with it. Who to tell? Well, horsepower, to be honest, we will be looking at anywhere between 450 above.
All-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive. All-wheel drive.
You have a name for it?
I've been dreaming about some names, but none no really grab me yet. I don't know if when I drive it, a different name might come into play.
I think the color will have a part that you know.
Yeah, but it's not going to remain like this. Everybody know that my cars are. I drive the prettiest car them I do. I can say that boldly. If you look on all the cars at Dover, my cars are always pretty, and this car is nothing less than that. So this I got pretty when it done. Yeah. So not because you see it black, it I got pretty.
Bad blocks. Baby, let me tell you what